In November 1990, air traffic at Denver Stapleton Airport has a major interruption. 2 jet fuel storage tanks catch fire. The flames are so stubborn, 600 local firefighters working around the clock can't put down the blaze. But it only gets worse. 2 other tanks leak jet fuel, creating a moat of fire around the 2 burning tanks. Time to call in the Williams Brigade to rally the weary troops and lead the counterattack.
So the first thing you have to be is almost a cheerleader, for lack of a better word. The best way to do that is ask them, what have they done so far? And when they tell you, ask them, well, did it work? And if they say no, say, okay, let's don't do that again. This is a new plan. And you have to go in somewhat humble, but also with a lot of confidence.
In command now, Dwight sizes up the enemy, taking an up-close and personal assessment.
We go up and actually introduce ourselves to the fire, walk around it, find out where it's breathing, where it's exhaling, where its more dangerous points are. It's like a boxer in a ring, the first 2 or 3 rounds. You size it up.
The attack begins at dawn with a pounding artillery barrage of fire-suppressing foam. It is shot from 100 feet away at 4,000 gallons a minute with pinpoint accuracy. Dwight moves the cannons closer. Victory is near. But the enemy rallies. A high-pressure manifold cracks. Jet fuel becomes a river of fire. Dwight leads a repair crew through ankle-deep jet fuel into the heart of the enemy. His crew lays down a steady rain of foam around them to keep a sudden flash fire from swallowing them alive. Life or death on the fire line can depend on a simple combination of air, water, and chemical foam. The mixture is called light water foam and was created in the same labs where Scotch tape and Post-its were invented. Aerated foam bonds with water as it leaves the nozzle. The foam holds the water on top of the burning fuel. Without the foam, water would sink to the bottom of the tank, and that could lead to a treacherous boil-over. Light water foam was created by scientists of the 3M company. It has a unique characteristic that makes it extremely effective. The foam smothers fire like a blanket. Tear a hole in the blanket and it quickly mends itself, snuffing out any flames that try to breathe life again. Without it, Dwight and his crew could not wade through jet fuel and slay the Dragon at the Denver airport. The fire that burned for 3 days was out in 45 minutes. But there's little bravado after facing such a powerful foe.
Many times it's just real quiet. It's like, man, it's finally out. This bad dragon has been slayed, and it's quiet. It's almost like there's a reverence, a moment of thanksgiving, surviving another one.
Surviving another one may well be the direct result of the genius of Dwight's father. Les Williams is a legend in the firefighting business. He revolutionized industrial firefighting by creating better and more effective weapons for survival.
He was an innovator. He was a visionary person. He would go to a fire, and when he came home from that fire, he said, you know, if we'd have just had a nozzle that could throw a little foam a little further or put a little dry chemical on it a little better. And he's the one who invented this technology to self-educt foam. He was the one who invented the nozzle that could throw foam 800 feet. And I don't know of a fire he ever went to that he didn't come home and tell his son, Dwight, hey, Dwight, we're going to make it better.
Les holds patents on more than a dozen products. He invented and reinvented nozzle after nozzle, always improving the water and foam delivery system. Add to the expertise of Les and Dwight a fiery redhead named Randy Williams, and you have a trio that hasn't yet been beat.
My role in the advanced technology is not to understand the mechanics so much as it is the applications for it. If the refinery calls and says, I have a hazard and it's a specific hazard, to know enough about what type of equipment would deal with that specific hazard.
Fire after fire, Les passed on his expertise and insight to Dwight and Randy. They're now passing it on as well.
You know, I've got a nephew in the business that fights fire right beside me. I've got 2 son-in-laws. So with that comes an obligation to take care of those boys. But what we're doing is striving to minimize the risk of our family and our friends. And in doing that, we're trying to share that with the other people, the brothers in the business and sisters that are doing the same thing.
To keep the Williams team as fine-tuned as the machines they use, regular fire training sessions are held at the nearby Beaumont Fire Training School. The tools of the trade are all here: pumps, hose, foam, and men ready to fight under Dwight's watchful eye.
I need to cool this box over here. The box is going to burn up.
In order to fight fire, you have to have fire. But it can't be fueled by the real thing, by gasoline or oil. They contaminate water runoff. So a fuel substitute called Tech Flame, made by oil giant Exxon, is used. The hydrocarbon-based synthetic petroleum burns clean, but just as hot, just as life-threatening as the real thing. On tank fires, it's often the high-pressure manifold or valves that cause the biggest problems. This training scenario simulates just that. With 3 manifolds sparked to life, Dwight's job is to go in under the cover of a spray of foam and manually close off the fuel-spewing valves. His protective clothing and the light water foam will save him from the blaze's radiant heat. Charging into the bowels of a fire is nothing new to Dwight. But it's safer today because his father didn't like what he saw.
I've been in aluminum boats and flammable liquid surfaces shooting out pressure fires on manifolds, and that's just an unacceptable risk to most people.
That's when Les went back to the drawing board and he says, we ain't doing this no more. And that's when the hydrochem nozzle was invented, so he could stand back 100 foot away on that dike and put that fire out. Because he did not feel comfortable with his son paddling a boat through a gasoline-filled dike.
Called pressure fires, a firefighter's nightmare. It takes more than light foam to knock them down. These firefighters are using a tough suppressant known as Purple K to stem the menacing flow of fuel from a broken pressure valve. But shooting the Purple K at exactly the right spot from a safe distance was a problem until Les Williams took it on. He invented Hydrochem, a precision nozzle that can deliver the fire suppressant with pinpoint accuracy from a city block away. Les's Hydrochem nozzle provides the best thing a firefighter can have between himself and the fire: distance.
If we can keep our boys out of harm's way, realizing that the best protective clothing in the world is distance from the fire. That's what it's all about.
This bright purple chemical and the high-tech nozzle are the ultimate weapons in the hands of this family of gunslinging firefighters.
Something's going to kill you. You know, when you're born, things are competing for your demise. And we think the good Lord takes care of us. We think if we live right, work hard, and do all that we can, and that's what it's all about.